Of how to do a break-even chart. So what I've done here is I've laid out my axes. So here we're talking about, this is money, and here we have the quantity or production. So what I did was I have specifically, without reading the question, I've specifically laid down the graph, and I've done my best to put the break-even point in the middle of the diagram. So what I'll do is the break-even point, I'm going to put a line that going from this break-even point down to the quantity line, and that's going to be my break-even point in quantity. And then I'm going to take a line from the same place, and that's going to go from my break-even point again. Okay, and I'm going to take that line and bring it over to the money side, and that's going to be the break-even point in money terms. So, how does all of this work when it comes to me then putting numbers into this? So I've laid out my basic diagram. Now I need to go and do my calculations for the diagram, and I'll then put in the quantity first. And I'm going to use the formula, put it down the bottom down here. So in brackets, S minus VC times quantity. I'll take away from that fixed cost, and that's going to give me my profit. Now the formula that's given in the book is slightly different, so that will be fixed cost, and we'll divide that number by the contribution, which is the sales minus variable cost. So that's a second formula that we could use. Okay, when I've done that, because basically what you'll do is if you take this formula, fixed cost, bring it over the other side, a break-even point profit is 0. So bring fixed cost over the other side, and then our quantity will end up being equal this number here, which is now multiplying. If I bring it over the other side, it'll end up being dividing into our fixed costs. So that's how that formula is derived, but this is the formula that I tend to use. Next video I'll show you how I actually go about using that for question 3 from your homework.